Arsenal are on fire as Mikel Arteta aims to win a Premier League title. Serious moves have been made, and today we've got some breaking news as we break down the impact of the arrival of Jurrien Timber, get all the behind the scenes details regarding Declan Rice, find out why Arsenal fans should be very excited, get an update on the Gunners' next potential signing, and break down why the moves at Man City could give Arsenal a major advantage. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14, welcome back to your boys channel. I'm sure you guys are doing sensational because Arsenal are making some serious moves. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and help your boy on his road to 200,000 subscribers. But starting off with the arrival of Jurrien Timber, Arsenal have made their second signing of the summer. As Arsenal confirmed, the Arsenal family continues to grow, where Timber says, when I watched games with my brothers when I was a kid, of course I wanted to play for one of the biggest and best teams in the world. Arsenal confirmed that Timber has taken the number 12 shirt, a €45 million fee on a 5-year deal. Timber is a player that could have left last season, the likes of Man United knocking on his door, but he remained patient, waiting for the right opportunity. As Fabrizio Romano reveals, right after the first goal from Edu, Jurrien was super excited about Arsenal as the club and the project for the long term. No chance for other clubs to enter the race, it was only Arsenal for Timber. Arteta and Edu wanted him, and he wanted Arsenal. You go back to 2020, and as Mikel Arteta said, if Arsenal are going to sign a player, it doesn't need much convincing, and if they do, for me it's not a good starting point. If I have to convince a player to stay or to join us, to Arsenal, it holds me back a little bit. Jurrien Timber and Arsenal go a long way back. Ajax posting a video from years ago, asking a young Jurrien Timber what club would he like to join. Timber replied, I've always been a fan of Arsenal. Jurrien Timber is a very versatile player, able to play many positions, but when asked about his preferred position, he says, for me it doesn't really matter. I'm lucky to say that I can play as a central defender, as a right back, and sometimes even in midfield. So I think that's a good thing and I need to keep that. Arteta says the same thing, so we are on the same page. I spoke to him a couple times before I came here. Obviously we had some good conversations. Timber will give Arsenal unique qualities, allowing for us to play in a different way. As Sam Dean says, Arsenal hope that Timber's positioning and passing ability, primarily from the inverted right back position, will help to destabilise teams who deploy packed and deep-lying defences against Arteta's side. Arsenal are trying to win games via more control. They need players that are comfortable under pressure. Timber's stats do all the talking. Last year in the Eredivisie, the most passes, the most forward passes, the highest passing accuracy, most progressive carries, and the highest carrying progress. His ability to play as a right-sided centre-back is going to be a game changer. Think back to last season. In the absence of William Saliba, the Arsenal build-up fell apart. Jurrien Timber is Arsenal's 24th signing since Mikel Arteta was appointed in December 2019. In that time, we've signed 4 goalkeepers, 10 defenders, 6 midfielders, and 4 forwards. Mikel Arteta has completely transformed the Arsenal defence. Nearly £200 million spent. The depth is looking sensational. From Ben White to William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Alexander Zinchenko, Takehiro Tomiyasu, Jurrien Timber, Jakub Kiwior, and Kieran Tierney. All of a different profile, all giving Arsenal different ways of playing. Arsenal are about to become even more unpredictable, able to solve different problems. The maddest thing is that everyone here is under the age of 26. The defence could be set for the next 10 years. What is happening though with the future of Fabrizio Balogun? His first Arsenal game in pre-season was definitely eventful. 2 massive chances missed. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, Fabrizio Balogun is Inter Milan's favourite choice for attack if they go for a young investment. After losing Edin Dzeko and Romelu Lukaku, Inter are on the market for a brand new striker. They're about to receive nearly £50 million for Andre Onana. They will have the funds to invest. Fabrizio Romano confirms Inter Milan will ask for the conditions on a Fabrizio Balogun deal. Then you have reported Arsenal target Moussa Diaby, who could be on his way to the Premier League. Fabrizio Romano understands Aston Villa have made an official bid for Moussa Diaby worth €35 million plus add-ons. Leverkusen have rejected, but the negotiations are ongoing. Diaby wants to move. He has already said yes to Villa, and Leverkusen are aware of that. Diaby has been a long-term Arsenal target, a left-footed right winger, able to replicate Bukayo Saka. The profile has always made sense. Diaby's contract expires in 2025. This may be the best time for Leverkusen to make a sale. Bukayo Saka played in every single league game last season. Mikel Arteta will want to change that. If Arsenal want to compete, especially in the Champions League, elite squad depth is required. Will they make a move for Moussa Diaby? Moving on to Mikel Arteta's game-changing signing. After months of negotiating, plenty of speculations, Arsenal have broken their club transfer record, and West Ham were the first ones to make the move. As they announced at 8 AM UK time, we can confirm that Declan Rice has left the club. Soon after, Rice posted his goodbye video, saying that I can't believe that an incredible 10 years has come to an end. West Ham has been a massive part of my life on and off the pitch. Saying goodbye is never easy. A goodbye to West Ham, but hello to Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal revealed to the entire world. An inside peek to the Arsenal team meeting, where Mikel Arteta announced to the Arsenal team and the Arsenal fans that Declan Rice has officially joined the club. The announcement video itself was sensational. Rice officially in the Arsenal red and white, and a specialised Declan Rice song. Soak it in, Arsenal fans, because Arsenal have made a serious move. Rice has been confirmed as the Arsenal number 41. As David Ornstein says, a £105 million acquisition. Rice is joining on a 5+ 1 year contract and will train with the Arsenal squad before travelling to the USA for the tour on Sunday. Essentially a 6-year contract, this is a gargantuan deal. Rice has become the second most expensive signing in Premier League history, £1.8 million behind Enzo Fernandez, the most expensive British player of all time. A major factor behind his signing was the Arsenal manager. On Mikel Arteta, Declan Rice says, "I'm so excited, he speaks for himself, you can see how he works. You got a real insight into how he works on the Amazon documentary, how he works with his players not only as a coach, but psychologically how good he is with players, how he improves players. He's a massive factor in the reason why I came here." There are very obvious reasons to why Mikel Arteta wanted Rice so badly. You look into his stats and what you see: an elite player in terms of tackling and ball recoveries, as well as the ability to progress the ball into the final third. Rice is a fantastic duel winner. Last year in the Premier League, winning 68% of his defensive duels and 54% offensively. Rice gives Arsenal elite defensive security, a platform to build on, to give the attackers more freedom to go forwards. In the Premier League last season, most possession won, most interceptions, second most ball carries, third most distance covered, fourth most successful long passes, and ninth most tackles. 702 ball carries, this guy is a fantastic dribbler. It gives Arsenal a different dimension. Even in terms of total passes forward by midfielders in the Premier League last season, Rice ranks third only behind Bruno Fernandes and Rodri. Rice has got the technical ability, and that's what makes him so special. He excels in so many different departments. Last year he was the only player in Europe's top 5 leagues to register 30+ in 6 different categories. Not only can he play for Thomas Partey, but also alongside him. Here he was at the Emirates Stadium, sharply suited alongside Lautaro and Edu, wanted by the likes of Bayern Munich, Man City, Chelsea and Man United, but the Arsenal project spoke to him differently. Rice says, "I believe in the squad, I believe in the manager. We have a really good energy around, and when everyone is pushing in the right direction, Arsenal will take some stopping." This deal goes back a long time. As pointed out by The Athletic, Rice's representatives met with several big clubs, but no one was in the same arena as Arsenal when it came to the detail and personalisation of the pitch. The midfielder came out so high on so many different aspects of Arsenal's recruitment and grading system that Arteta almost had a book full of reports on him. It's why he was so passionate on signing, and that came across to Rice when he was explaining what his number 6 role would entail. Here's where Mikel Arteta has changed the way Arsenal operates. Go back to the 15th of July 2020, after Arsenal beat Liverpool at the Emirates Stadium 2-1. In his post-match interview, Mikel Arteta called out the owners, asking for them to invest in the club. Fast forward 3 years to the day, and Arsenal have broken their club transfer record, signing their first ever £100 million player. As David Ornstein reveals, this time it was truly all or nothing for Arsenal. No plan B, no capacity for frugal switches to alternative targets, and therefore no room for error. It was Declan Rice or bust. The West Ham captain was everything to Mikel Arteta this summer. Those inside the club had repeated for months that it could not be overstated how central he was to the manager's vision. Without him, Arteta's plan to take his Arsenal team to the next level simply did not add up. Every other transfer target was inextricably linked to Rice as a centerpiece, the nucleus that would make everything else make sense. There is going to be a massive amount of pressure, but Rice is made for it. He says, "My ambitions are now to win with Arsenal again. It's time to go one step bigger and win the Premier League, win the Champions League, and I would not be here if I did not believe that." Listen to Declan Rice speak and you hear a person that has personality, a natural charisma. Arsenal are getting a leader, maybe even a future captain. The Arsenal midfield is definitely evolving. Kai Havertz, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard is something different. In terms of the stats, as you can see, Havertz has the aerial ability, Rice in terms of the ball recoveries and final third entries, and Martin Odegaard brings the chance creation. The quality of Declan Rice defensively allows Arsenal to commit more men going forwards. Arsenal can now deploy 2 dual number 8s. That's where you have Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. When Arteta was asked on if playing with Odegaard will help Havertz, he says hopefully it will. Every player is keen to help him and he is settled well. He's a really good character, really humble. He wants to play for us and win with us, and we are delighted to have him. These next few games in the USA will be interesting. Rice and Havertz are both available. How will Mikel Arteta line up? We've also got an update on the future of Thomas Partey. According to reports in Saudi Arabia, Thomas Partey has agreed personal terms with a Saudi Pro League club. The departure of Thomas Partey is still looking like a possibility. To some this will be a surprise, but surely it will mean a replacement. In terms of target Moses Caicedo, Fabrizio Romano says that Chelsea remain the only club in talks to sign Moses Caicedo, also the only club to agree personal terms with Caicedo at this stage. Negotiations are active and concrete between Chelsea and Brighton. Arsenal have now spent over £200 million. Caicedo's price tag is over 80. Will they look for a cheaper deal? Belgian reporter Chachita Valeri says, "Be cautious of the comeback of Arsenal on the Romeo Lavia case when Thomas Partey's transfer to Saudi Arabia will be completed. He is the main option but not the only one, and they will not hesitate and actually have several advantages on their hands that could switch the balance into the deal of the Belgian midfielder this summer. Epic fight incoming. If Partey is allowed to leave, Arsenal would definitely sign a midfielder. I think it's worth keeping an eye on Real Madrid. If they want to sign Kylian Mbappe, there will need to be a big departure. That's where you might have the likes of Eduardo Camavinga and Aurelien Tchouameni. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Starting off with an Arsenal fitness update. There were quite a few players that went to Germany that weren't available, which included the likes of Alex Runnison, Takehiro Tomiyasu, Rob Holding, Alexander Zinchenko, Mohamed Elneny, Marquinhos and Gabriel Martinelli. So what's happening behind the scenes? According to Kaya Kaynak, Marquinhos has a knock, Holding has muscle tightness, Martinelli and Tomiyasu are in the final stages of rehab, but not yet ready. Zinchenko is more serious, he could miss the next 2. You then have the Community Shield against Man City, the 6th of August at Wembley Stadium. Stuart Atwell has been confirmed as the referee. In terms of Man City, things are getting interesting. First, you have the departure of Kyle Walker, who according to reports Bayern have reached a total verbal agreement and the player is ready to sign. You then have Riyad Mahrez, who has verbally agreed terms with Al Ahly, and reports in Spain claim that Pep Guardiola has promised that Bernardo Silva will be allowed to go to Barcelona as long as a good offer arrives. Gundogan is gone, doubts over the future of Laporte as well. These are all very important players, integral parts of the Man City dressing room. Having only signed Mateo Kovacic, City are definitely getting weaker. You then look at Arsenal. Ramsdale 25, Kivior 23, Gabriel 25, Saliba and Timber 22, Odegaard, Rice and Havertz 24, Martinelli 22, Jesus 26 and Saka 21. An average age of under 24, Arsenal are getting stronger. Some people believe that we're the favourites to win the title next season. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC. A gargantuan welcome to Arsenal, Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber. Arsenal, who is next? We're gonna find out soon, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time. Take care, in a bit.